Gravitation with the observation. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong, man. Shout out that boy Ray Daniels. I first came across him on Instagram, but I fully paid attention to him when he did the interview with the Dancer Project. Shout out to them cats too. But he has some things to say about the West Coast culture as far as musically right now and what Kendrick has done. And let's go ahead and react to this clip, and I'll let y'all know how I feel after. Let's go.
Set the tone to what the standard of shit was, and it wasn't just marginalized as a sound. Nobody says Drake sounds like Toronto. It sounds like the world. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like what hip hop is, what R&B is. So now, who's at the forefront of that? You tell me. I want to ask you a question.
Nah, I mean, to be honest with you, it's Kendrick. It feels like he took the top spot.
But would you advise an artist that you're grooming or someone that man, go make a not like us?
Yeah, and let me tell you why.
Sonically.
Okay, so the one thing I think so when you think about the West Coast, as much as we visited, it didn't really have a huge imprint on the totality of hip hop, right? You mean what I mean by that is like it's like because you know the West Coast is put like this. They mean more than the artists they have, right? Because it's like everybody want to be on the West Coast, but when you really look at it, it's like Ice Cube and Dre and them been around since the '80s, right? So then you go Snoop '90s, right? Then you add The Game. Right, then you add YG, you add Kendrick, but it's more like the Avengers than it is an entire universe of them. Like in Atlanta, you got Baby, 21, 2 Chainz, Future. You can name 50 rappers in Atlanta. You can't name 50 rappers from LA that are. No, hear me out. No, let me finish. 50 rappers from LA who are national, right? That's why I like what Kendrick did with the GNX album, because he put a spotlight. Because in Atlanta and New York, if you underground, you still got the East Coast and you still got the South, but the West is so far away that if you underground, it's not enough underground to reach Atlanta, to reach New York. It might reach Texas like Master P and them did, but it ain't gonna reach that. That's why I'm like, so when I was thinking about them, not like us, I'm like, damn, like Kendrick created a new sound for the West Coast, and now there's a chance for artists to take that sound, because now it could be their signature. Like the boom bap was the East Coast signature, and the 808s was the South signature. So I feel like Night Like Us can become the sound. The way he got I like the music, he got the 80s sound. It's like he gave the West to me direction that I didn't think it had.
Is there enough artists that people fuck with all around the world and in the US that can take that sound and run with it? I don't think that when Mustard does no match beat, Tim Babbitt. That ain't not like us. Nah. He went and did that. It's still a Mustard production. You know what I'm saying? He don't send the same beat pack to A Boogie that he sent to Kendrick Lamar.
I see what you're saying.
He don't send the same beat pack to Quavo that he sent to Kendrick. So at the same token, it's like, unless the West Coast, it's gonna be a moment, and I'm open to it as well because I'm a chameleon. I adapt, nigga. You look up. That's where I was going. West Coast shit this year. Unless the West Coast is going to go to the forefront and just go, and it's gonna be like how Dre, Snoop, like they had the reigns. But I just don't think that you can overcome Atlanta.
But see, what I was thinking is this: how I looked at it was Kendrick gave the West a sound. So think about it. You got places like Arizona. It's niggas in Arizona. They ain't got no sound. So it becomes like almost like how Alabama and New Orleans and Atlanta, they kind of became the South, Texas, UGK. And I feel like Kendrick gave the West a sound. Because anytime somebody from the West come big, they're big. Like YG, they're big, but it's just few and far in between. And I didn't recognize that until Not Like Us came out and the GNX album came. And I was like, damn, like, this is what the West just sound like. Like, it was almost like, that's the West, my nigga. That's the new West. If you from the West Coast, take that shit right now and run with it. Because it's an easy cadence. It's not like it's not like Kendrick is giving us his most thought. He's giving us his small bag. He ain't going in depth in what he's doing. He's entertaining us right now. So I just thought it was a great opportunity for the West to adapt.
It's great, and it's still a gret opportunity, but it's on them to
boom. That's what I'm saying. Like a nigga from Vegas that's rapping, take that sound. If you from fucking North California, take that sound. If you from Seattle, like you got to do what the South did. We was country, you know, like it's country. Like y'all the Midwest.
Right.
You know, they bunch Detroit, Chicago, you know, St. Louis, the Midwest, Atlanta, Florida, Georgia. Like it's like, but the West was just like LA.
True.
And to me, it's like a great opportunity for the West to be the West.
Oh no, this wide open for the West.
Yes, that's
right
what I was
now.
saying.
Like,
And I think, if I was an A&R, I'm like, I got a young nigga. I'm like, because we know Kendrick is not going to do the GNX sound in the next album. He always goes somewhere else. So we just see it working. It's open, right? Like, he's going to leave that there.
Not Like Us is the biggest song of last year, hands down.
Yeah.
It will win the Grammy for Song of the Year.
Yeah.
But at the same token, it's regional a little bit.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna stop no Future.
But
Make a Future just put a post out the other day and said, I told her I threw away my whole phone, and it was a pink phone on the floor in the Paris Fashion Week. That was better than a song to me. Like, yo, like that hit me like a song. Like, damn, man, that's something I say too, man. Like, tell security go pick up that whole phone when we get out of this bitch.
Yo, once again, man, shout out to that boy Ray Daniels, man. I always like his insight, you feel me? His perspective, you know, since I've been watching him lately too, even after the Dancer Project, and I feel where he coming from. And shout out to, I don't know if that's Hitmaker, aka Young Bird, that he's speaking to. I'm not sure. Like I said, this is audio. I'm not sure. But the only thing I would have to say about that whole situation, he's talking about Kendrick creating this sound. Well, first, and I'm not hating on my bro. That's you feel me? That's big bro. That's Brody right there. You know what I'm saying? Not hating on Kendrick at all, but Kendrick didn't create that sound. This is you feel me? This is a fact. This is, you know, collectively, this is what we do on the coast. If anything, you know, he just gave the sound more attention. But Jason Martin, aka Problem, Ben was speaking on this like, bro, we've been doing this for a minute now. So it's just, you know, we're glad to see that, man, everybody is, you know, rocking with it. You feel me? Or, you know, doing a thug thizzle with the whole situation. But yeah, as far as creating a sound, that's always been a California sound. Kendrick just came back to his roots. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he left, but he would even tell you, you know, when he did that interview at the halftime Super Bowl with Apple Music, pre-halftime Super Bowl with Apple Music, he'll let you know, like, his direction as far as this album with GNX, like what he was aiming for, and that's to come back homegrown. So that sound, it's been out here from the Bay, you feel me, from Sacramento to San Diego. That's been our sound. You know what I'm saying? So as far as people just jumping on it, that is a good idea. I agree with you as far as making more music like that to get it out there. But I just want to come out here and be like, nah, bro, you know, that wasn't a sound that Kendrick created. If anything, you know, he just put more light on the sound, but that's always been California culture. And I like how he said that, hey, the West, when you think of the West, it's LA. And that's true, because a lot of people don't include Seattle, Oregon, Utah, you know what I'm saying? Nevada, Vegas, which is Vegas, Colorado. They don't do that with these artists. It's rappers everywhere. You feel me? It's rappers everywhere, especially in Seattle. Shout out Macklemore. But yeah, that would be dope if, you know, if that was just a regional sound that everybody jumped in. You feel me? What is it? Like, you know, on that certain like level or BPM, that would be dope. But just want to clear that up. Like, nah, that's just the California from Sacramento, San Diego. Once again, that's been our sound. It's just y'all getting to see it now. But y'all let me know in the comment below. I'm Gravitation with the observation. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. We finna get ready for the Super Bowl. Gravity.